Hello friends, welcome to my Princess Diana channel. Before moving on to the video, if you are not subscribed to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, so let's move on to the video. Indeed, some evidence goes even further to suggest that Harry and Meghan started a whole new ploy with their Sussex squad to sully and bring down the royal family. One such discovery was made about a suspected group of the aforementioned Sussex squad online trolls led by a man known as Christopher Boozy. The one, Harry and Meghan, who are lying, is part of this squad, and they are causing damages to the royal family. Time after time, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle styled themselves as socially conscious guardian angels trying to drive hate off the World Wide Web for the exiled. And the Duchess of Sussex tried to hint it has affected their mental health through multiple media and public platforms. Meghan even anecdotes that she would in response to attempting to attain Gunna's sympathy at hit with a quote that was nearly unsurvivable. Meanwhile, on the platform, there is a really toxic level of hate speech and condemnation and rhetoric all that really encourages people to make pages and just say extremely inflammatory things and conspiracy theories. They are very negative towards morale of anyone on there. Harry doesn't either, as far as I know, does he? He has many unconfirmed accounts that ducks into X-Report and different sites he does claim to loathe, and he is the individual from the Committee on Information Disorder of the Globalization Association, the Aspen Institute. So imagine a scenario in which I advised you that this whole demonstration at the best one major deception. A press conference because Harry and Meghan sit head of one of the biggest web troll groups of our time. Chris Boozy, whose investigation Meghan has paid, the pack, was addressed informally by one he viewed as a lifelong sweetheart. A short time later he symbolized gorgeously with the TV program. That spot went from horrendous gossipy tidbits going with the death of the Princess of Wales Catherine. He spread it clearly occurring in several nations, after she in a real sense could warn to be determined to have better disease. The pack has put in years derivationalizing, continuously pushing invention concerning both the rank of Prince William. Thankfully naming themselves the Sussex Squad remembers such a litany of robot farms and the dark speciality of the web, exponentially heightening scandalous bits of gossip from all over the earth, which Harry and Meghan Haven had never validated, much out in the open. Not many when any has ever invested public discussions. In the accompanying, I found a chatter with the bill that reatment a pundit of Meghan a beautiful terrible troll, uncommon among Meghan's raiders. They follow the Sussex team as if they pull the weeds. How must Harry be feeling? I wonder that his wife goes maximum psychopath against his brother and sister-in-law and the viciousest of slurs, and for years on end. And it seems he doesn't even care. He's just as beef-witted, if not worse than his wife. He has a lot to be grateful for, and he just doesn't care. He's a spoiled, petulant brat who is insane and should be very grateful for all the good things in life, such as living in privilege. He just complains about anything. He was born with a silver spoon and is an equally vile and privileged male. For example, from his book, he thanks the Sussex Squad and at least once Meghan calls one because this girl put it out on Twitter. I was one of the first with Archwell and was very excited for the help. This indicates either naivety or nastiness. When the Netflix show and ran a bot Sentinel, he used that to send out vicious rumors. He tells her she doesn't have cancer, she is using that to deflect him. He also spreads very personal and nasty things. This is one of their collaborators. It's just a very odd situation, and they should search and destroy all ties with the people, but all the celebs here in the US who trashed Catherine are with Windows Media Encoder, Meghan's PR agency. It's a residency. She even had a go at Catherine in her wedding to William on her old blog The Tig, says Catherine and the event were way too expensive. She then washes ashore with Flotsam and Jetsam wishing for an even pricier royal wedding for the two of them. This is how Meghan feeds her narcissistic hunger for attention without leaving the house. She's on social media talking to these psychos all day. I want to show another thing. Shallon Lester, who worked for Star magazine for a long time, uploaded the video about the Harkles just after Megxit. She had stated that in all the years she was with Star, they were rarely fed stories about the royal family. The palace had a rep for being a very tight ship until Harry's wife came along. Once she and Harry became engaged, palace sources were literally falling over themselves to dish the dirt on her. Exposed years ago for begging UK tabloid journalists to literally meet her and write about her. She was desperate to turn her role in Suits into global stardom. Her scary diary was also given out to the Daily Mail, which is literally a piece of evidence in a way that she was a proper stalker of Harry and very desperate for him to make her a princess. That was before she'd really got control of her narrative, before getting the public domain scrubbed of her deepest, darkest secrets. Too much lies upon lies from Harry and Meghan. Or she is to give back all royal titles and denounce and leave the royal family alone completely. Since Meghan became a part of the royal family, she has been the worst ever in life with all this. They are an embarrassment, in truth, a vile couple. Sussexes are the kind of people who have this amount of time to invest in the support of a couple they do not know. This is, from a psychological point of view, serious. I would dare say, to think that one could be so emotionally connected with Harry and Meghan is for them to be filling in a great emotional void in their life. All these, along with their hate towards others, reveal their bitterness and their unhappiness. A person who is happy, secure, and well-adjusted does not act as such. Much of the media is ashamed of itself for being silent for so many years. It's pathetic on so many levels. Harry and this one wife will not allow stopping their actions, behaviors, or stopping the fanbase of them doing their malicious, inconsiderate issues for mental or doing the attack against the royal family. I pity those poor fools for stupidity and foolishness. As for the royal family, especially William, my heart breaks for William. A time where he truly loved and trusted his brother, to have Harry betray him in such a cruel and public way, this has to be beyond devastating, unforgivable. It's actually a good thing Elizabeth II is not here to watch this. She'd be quite heartbroken herself. If anything, King Charles is probably not going to save Harry any longer after the previous onslaughts on Camilla and Catherine. Harry flew all the way there and Charles gave him 11 minutes and then flew away with the rest of the family. Didn't even invite him to stay in all the rooms that the royal family had access to. Make him get a hotel. Didn't even tell him what kind of cancer he had. The idea that an American, with a British royal title, would interfere with freedom of speech on a British television program, if one was to be polite, really was disgraceful. Extremely irresponsible constitutionally and diplomatically. It is also quite now that this American uses the same royal title for bullying and silencing the critics again, like the bull against the red rag and as a target against the members of the royal family. I will never say against the Sussex squad, for my opinion, after getting this, calling a member of the Sussex squad to tell them to thank them for all that they have done for you and keep up the good work, for Meghan is the leader, the person who started all this. From all events happening since marriage, Meghan is so hungry for power and status that, along with Harry, embarked on vile and harassing comments, recruited people to help with destroying Princess Catherine, most of all because of envy. All they want is to provoke somebody to make Harry and Meghan king and queen or to bring the thing down in its entirety altogether. This Harry and Meghan thing is pure jealousy. It is only the very old kind of jealousy emanating from two adults who were way too spoiled as kids, and they want it their way or else. In the last 24 hours, the royal family has stripped off all the royal titles from Harry and Meghan and their children, putting it on all social media that the titles have been stripped and will never be reinstated. Then banish Harry and all his family from anything royal appearances related. Let's wait and see what happens with his application to entry into the USA, and if he stated that he has taken drugs. If he is given the boot from the USA, don't let him back in the UK. And what do you think Meghan and Harry are? Have to be in the squad in Sussex. Is it the unrealistic jealousy of the lying couple? To me, they have to refrain from using the Sussex squad in place of their wickedness quickly. A couple that only lies knows how to use public opinion for profit at the expense of defamation of the royal family. It's sad and shameful. Considering the subjects of this conference that we are taking up now, I feel it opens up very interesting perspectives and deepens our understanding. That's it for our video, my friends. I hope you have liked it. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like the video. If you haven't done so yet, if you want to be first to be informed about my content, please subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on notifications. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of yourself and stay healthy. I'll see you in the next one.